Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys. I'll do my very best to keep an eye on the chat window and get your questions answered. So let's dive in. All right, I'm here with the rig. I've got the mic in front of my face. I noticed last week there was several minutes of me talking with the mic kind of far. Well, you can see the rig. This boom actually really improves the sound quality of my live streams and my videos, but I have to remember to keep it in front of me. I've done recorded several videos where I had the mic boom pushed aside. And after I was done with like 20 minutes of recording, I realized the mic boom was off to the side. I used to have the mic like right on my desk next to my keyboard with a little tiny stand. And sometimes I forget I've got a mic boom now. But anyway, I'm glad you're all here. It's been kind of an exciting week. There's been some interesting news. There have been some government data. I'm going to talk a little bit about government data because it does seem to drive the crypto market lately a lot more than it used to. So I'm going to talk to you about government data and how it's presented and whether it really means anything or not. And there's some hacks that came about this week that I'd like to talk about and ways to prevent them. Using hardware wallets and sort of kind of get a feel for what a hardware wallet is and isn't, what a hot wallet is and isn't, right? And what self-custody is and isn't. So that's what I'm here about. Let's dive in. Welcome everybody thank you for joining me. Dan was here early talking to someone that I lost the initial question. So all I see is Dan's response. I guess he must have answered him pretty early in the day. So thanks for that, Dan. I appreciate it. About, sending certain types of crypto to certain types of wallets, you have to be careful. Remember, crypto is your responsibility. There are no takebacks, all that stuff. So anyway, we'll get into that. Thanks, Kenneth, for being here again. Always here. It's good to have you back. Scott, a longtime viewer, back. Good to have Scott here and Barbara and Amsterdam, Holland. Frank Rodriguez. Big John, thanks for being here. Jamie Woodring, thanks for the tutorial on the Ledger Nano X. You made it super easy to do. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do have several videos on the Ledger Nano. If you're looking for a particular subject, my advice is to do like Ledger. What have I done? Oh my goodness. Like do CryptoDad and then say like Ledger recover. All right, like that. If you're looking for how do I recover a ledger. Oops, what did I do? Did I misspell it? Usually it'll come in. Yeah, so, and then when you look at my videos, you might want to look at the date, right? The one from December of 2017 is probably a bit outdated. So you might want to check for, one that's got a more recent date on it. Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. If you're looking for that. And then you can do CryptoDad Trezor if you're looking for Trezor video like that. You'll find. So Google's a pretty, say what you will about Google, but they do make it pretty easy to find stuff if you're looking for it. And you can type in whole sentences in Google. Don't be shy, right? It'll give you something. So that's my advice if you're looking for specific video topics. I get a lot of comments on my videos that they're commenting on like an older video or a specific video about a specific problem, and they're asking more general questions. And so I'll generally will give them a link to a more step-by-step type tutorial about what they're asking, because most of the questions that I get asked I've answered many times. And so I would highly recommend you check out my tutorial videos and check out the more recent ones, because there's this new feature in I don't believe it. I guess that's the old one, right? An older one. Yeah, there's a new feature on YouTube, which I'm sure you're aware of, which doesn't look like it did on this video. That's kind of embarrassing. And that's chapters, right? So if you're looking for a specific question in one of my videos, and you don't want to watch a 30-minute video, I get it. I totally get that. Yeah, check out like this one, I believe. Yeah, so you see I've done chapters on this one. So if you're looking for anything
Hey guys,
specific,
CryptoDad here again.
you can look at these sections down here, and they'll even give you what the section heading is. Get MetaMask, connect your Trezor to MetaMask, So there's a lot of information out there. Don't feel like if I don't get to your question in the comment that you're hopelessly screwed, because a lot of those answers are out there if you know how to look for them. Anyway, okay, so let's see. We got this going here. How do I get you Trezor to show the total balance of coins? So if I have MATIC as a coin, it will show how many coins and the balance, but doesn't add in total balance. Don't show it. I think what you're talking about is in Trezor Suite. I don't know that they have that feature, which is a total balance. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and just connect to. Actually, before we jump into questions, let me just let me get this up. 7. Okay. I've got a lot of bookkeeping I need to do, but let me just quickly address that. I believe that when you look at your portfolio, as a matter of fact, I've emptied this out. It's going to be 0. So I can't really demo the question. But I think the answer to your question is they don't have that feature. So, for example, like in the portfolio, if you have MATIC, which would be if you have ERC20 MATIC, it might show up in your Ethereum balance. Oh, come on, man. What are you doing to me here? Come on, move. All right. It's froze on me. Okay. Okay. Well, so much for that demo. I can't get this to respond to me. Okay. All right. Maybe if I just leave it alone for a minute. If you're, and I don't know that you can manage MATIC with a Trezor, native MATIC. I think maybe you could in, like in MetaMask. But it's the stuff that you're managing with. Oh my God, my whole screens are just like not responding at all. Can you guys still hear me? Well, I can still do that. Wow. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. Something's weird. Technical issues. Okay. Nope. Still not working. Okay. All right. Let's try this. Come on, baby. I don't know what you're doing to me, but you're messing me up here. All right. Okay. Something's not working right here. Maybe it was... Okay. All right. That's working. Okay. Things were getting freaky on me there for a minute. Okay. I guess Trezor Suite kind of screwed my world over. Okay. Where were we? Okay, so if you're managing a third-party token, for example, MATIC, native MATIC, and you're managing it using your MetaMask wallet, like for example over here. We're on the Polygon mainnet. We've got let's see if I don't think I have a Trezor. Oh, I do. I do have a Trezor account. This Trezor account does not have any MATIC in it at the moment. But if you were managing a MATIC wallet using your Trezor with MetaMask, you are not going to see that in the Trezor suite. It's just not supported. It's just a fact of life. That happens a lot with Ledger Live too. It's getting better, but Ledger Live for a long time did not support Cardano. But you could manage Cardano using your device with third-party wallets, but you would not see that balance in your Ledger Live. So you're out of luck as far as I need to see my total balance of all my crypto in one place, wallet-wise. It doesn't support that. So my advice to you, if you want to see your total balance, is to use a I hate this Crypto Pro portfolio tracker software, which you're going to have to manually add all of your purchases. But I mean, if you're purchasing crypto, I mean, it would make sense for you to spend the time to track your investment by entering it into some sort of portfolio tracker or an Excel spreadsheet or something like that. So if you want to get a quick view of what all your crypto's worth at one time, then you would do something like this. There are other crypto portfolio tracking software out there that some of them will actually connect to your wallets. But nothing's perfect, right? You're just going to have to live with it, right? It's not like, it's nascent technology and it's not perfect, right? And it's not totally user-friendly. So anyway, let's jump into this, which is, let's go back here. Where were we doing this? Yeah. So check out the description down below for a little itinerary of stuff we're going to do. I should point out real quick that there is a limited time Ledger discount code that was given to me by my Ledger rep, which expires in a couple of days. So if you're in the market for a Ledger, any kind of Ledger device, this is, use a checkout code here, move to Ledger, right? So like if you go over here to ledger.com and you say you want to buy something, anything, let's be a Ledger Nano X, and we add it to our cart. Okay. And then you go to checkout. Yeah, you can put that discount code in there. And it's good for a 10% discount on anything on Ledger website. So for those of you who are waiting for a new discount code, it's here, right? So Ledger will give me discount codes occasionally. This is a generic one, but sometimes they give me personal ones that are, specific to me, that I can offer you guys like 10 or 20% off. But this is just a promotion that they're running right now. So anyway, let's jump into the news real quick. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Let's check out Market Wrap. I'm just going to pull out chat over here. We're going to talk a lot about, I'm going to try to talk a lot about wallets too. Can anyone answer? If I sign a malicious contract in MetaMask or Uniswap, all my wallets, including Kepler, at risk on Ledger, or just the wallet that was signed in? If you sign a malicious contract with your Ledger device, then I would say it's only that particular wallet that is at risk, and not any of your other, like your Kepler wallet or your ADA wallet or anything else. It would just be that one specific wallet that, if you manage to sign a malicious contract that tried to empty the wallet out, it would just be that wallet address, that wallet's private key. Although I don't know if you've got Ledger support, or you've integrated your Ledger into MetaMask when you signed that contract, and then you approved it with your Ledger, then it is possible that they might have access to all of the funds that are in that particular wallet, but not other wallets. Wouldn't work. It doesn't work like that. It can't spread like a virus. And even if you did that, you still have time to move your assets out of that wallet somewhere else. We're going to talk about that tonight in relation to that Solana hack. When you know that you have a wallet that's in jeopardy or is exposed or anything like that, you've given up your 24-word recovery phrase on a website, and you just realized, oh my God, that was a hack. You still have time to move your assets somewhere else, right? Either to another wallet or to an exchange. So we're going to talk about that. All right, so the first story is market wrap. Bitcoin falls initially on U.S. job reports and then grinds a little higher. Let me see if I can get this guy up and running. Okay. It's actually been behaving rather well for me lately, but not at the moment. I was having weird issues with my Wi-Fi router the other night. My world crumbled. Yeah. Because everything in this house runs on Wi-Fi. I mean, everything. Our lights, all of the Alexas, it's just like when Wi-Fi's down, like everything's messed up in this house. Okay, so let's take a look quickly at crypto.com. Bitcoin is at 23,351. I think it's been at like 23,3 all darn day long. Seems like it's been like that for the last couple of days. Ethereum is up. It was a little below 1,700 yesterday, and now it's above 1,700. I'm waiting for it to hit 1,800 and start to break out. But Bitcoin has been stuck in a range for the last couple of days. Even with the announcement of the jobs report on Friday, Bitcoin did not go down that much. It just dipped a little bit below 23 something. And now it's back over 23. But, last week it was flirting with 24, and I haven't seen that, right? So that's kind of where we're at. This is Crypto.com. It's a great app for checking the latest price of your favorite coins. You can buy, sell, trade, deposit, and withdraw crypto on this platform, all on your phone. They also have a metal Visa card that you can use to spend your crypto in the real world. If you look over here, you can see it's connected to my account. I've got $184 that's spendable. When you top up your card, you can spend it in the real world. And you can see also that I'm using my card to pay for Netflix and Spotify, and I get 100% rebates on those, almost. Not on Netflix anymore. It used to be on Netflix, but now they have a $15 cap, and Netflix is like $20 now, or at least my Netflix, right? So, if you go into the Kronos account, you can see that I get rebates in CRO whenever my card pays for those services. So Spotify, it's 100% because it's only like $10 a week. And then, Netflix, they give me like $13, I think, whatever it is. It's better than nothing, right? But it used to be 100%, but that was before Netflix started jacking up their prices. Anyway, so we had that jobs report. I'm going to talk about the jobs report a little bit, if you guys don't mind, while we're on the subject of the jobs report. The jobs report came out good, right? So good news, right? But bad news for the market, supposedly, right? Because the idea was that if we had a bad jobs report and it turned out that we were in a recession or entering a recession as far as the jobs report was concerned, then the likelihood of the Fed beginning to start to lower rates would have gone up, right? The consensus was that the Fed is going to start lowering rates at the end of this year or the very beginning of next year because of recessionary pressures, right? They're fighting inflation by raising rates, but they're also risking recession by raising rates. So if the jobs report had been bad, that would have meant that we're getting into the recession area and the Fed would have to reverse, or the likelihood that they were going to reverse would have gone higher. It's so friggin' complicated. But the good news of the jobs report was bad news for the markets because that means the Fed is going to continue to raise rates. Everybody with me? But here's the kicker. The Biden administration, the powers that be, the current administration, is denying that we're in a recession because they don't want to go into the elections with bad economic data, right? So they've been jawboning that we're not in a recession, right? Even though we had 2 quarters of negative GDP, which we talked about last week is normally considered a recession, but now all of the fact checkers and the blue check people on Twitter are telling us that it's not, and the White House and the press secretary are telling us that it's not a recession because they don't want to admit there's a recession because that would look bad in an election year, right? So now we have this jobs data, and now they're all jumping up and down and going, woohoo, look at the jobs data. We told you we weren't in a recession. If we were in a recession, we'd have bad jobs data, but we had good jobs data. So we're not in a recession. Hoo-hoo. Well, let's take a little closer look at that jobs data, shall we? Let's see. So the jobs data was good, right? The jobs data said that we added, it was like way over what they thought it was going to be, right? 58,000 jobs. Employment rose by 58,000 jobs, and they had predicted that it was going to be about 250, right? So the actual figures were way higher than they predicted, incredibly higher than they predicted, which just goes to show you this is all a bunch of BS, right? The expectations were 250, and then the actual figures were way, way, way higher. So it doesn't make any sense, right? And the unemployment rate went down. Strong jobs report, and Bitcoin went down, right? That's the story. All right, but if we look closer at the jobs data, which I hope you guys don't mind me doing this. Okay, this is a story from Zero Hedge. Something snaps in the job market. Multiple job holders hit all-time high as unexplained 1.8 million jobs gap emerges. All right, so we have 2 types of job data. We have the, even I can't keep it straight anymore. Let me just pull up this other article real quick. Okay, there's the household and the establishment survey. So the establishment survey was the one that was really high, but the household survey was about the same or almost lower, right? So we have 2 measures of jobs, and they're divergent, right? So what the hell is the difference? Well, the difference is that the household survey is actually run by the Census Bureau. And they go out and they talk to, they survey people and they ask them, are you working or not, right? Or what kind of work are you doing? And if you are, and then they ask their demographics and all that. So this is based on like humans, right? The establishment survey is based on companies, right? They have a survey of companies and they ask them, well, how many people did you hire? How many people did you fire? That's non-farm establishments, government agencies. All right. So they have 2 different ways of getting this data, and the data is highly divergent, right? So it looks weird. So, but basically what it boils down to, and here's one of the big differences. The household survey has no duplicative individuals, right? Because they're just surveying people and asking them what their status of job is. Whereas the establishment survey looks at company data. So a company might say, we hired, 10 new people, but those 10 people may already have full-time jobs, right? So what we're looking at is more people are working more than one job. So that's not really good news for employment, if you ask me, right? So that's people that are worried about a recession that have taken on a second job to make ends meet, right? So the jobs data is double counting people that are working two jobs, right? So that's the nub of the gist, right? The number of primary job holders whose primary and secondary jobs are both full-time hit a record high, right? So that means a lot of people, they'll work a full-time job and a part-time job. Now we got people working two full-time jobs. Okay? So, now there's one more thing that I want to throw in here that gets thrown around, and that is seasonal adjustments, right? The July jobs report is total bunk, and here's why. Seasonally adjusted. All right, so they have this 528,000 job that we talked about, right? But they also had a seasonal adjustment of, the BLS applied a seasonal adjustment of 900,000 jobs last month, right? So without the seasonal adjustment, unadjusted, the U.S. economy actually lost 385,000 jobs. So without that seasonal adjustment, there wouldn't be that 500,000 to the plus job data, right? Now, okay, so you say, well, they do that for a reason, right? They know what they're doing. They make these seasonal adjustments, blah, 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 blah. Well, last year, they also made seasonal adjustments for the job data. And then at the end of the year, they revised it, right? The BLS revised down March-July's 21-20 jobs report by a total of 1 million payroll jobs. They then revised August-December's 2021 tally higher by 817,000 jobs. In other words, investors were virtually flying blind for the entire of 2021. Seasonal adjustments were to blame. So at the end of this year, they can go back and say, oh, you know what? Those seasonal adjustments, we're gonna adjust them down again, right? So I just wanted to point out to you how much BS these indicators are. And, not only are this jobs data and the recession data massaged and gaslighted and all this other junk, we don't really have a real stock market anymore. We used to have companies that went up in price when they had good business cycles, right? When they were profitable companies. Now we have companies that are borrowing money for free from the Fed and buying back their own stock to juice their prices higher. We don't really have a real stock market anymore. We have the Fed that's just like flooding the market. Quantitative easing has been going on in the aftermarket hours. I forget what it is. It's just, we don't really even have a real stock market. We don't even have real jobs data anymore. We're just kind of being gaslighted back and forth. There's a lot of money floating around, just waiting to enter the market again because the big boys have plenty of cash to gamble with, right? They're just juicing the prices lower so they can get in lower. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. All right, so did I talk too much about a bunch of stuff that doesn't involve crypto? Let's go to the next news story for crypto because I really wanted to get into this stuff. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, this is the big story, man. This is the title of the live stream. Coinbase partners with Blackrock. That is the best news I've heard in months, right? We've got BlackRock, which is one of the largest asset management firms. They control like 10 trillion in assets, and they're partnering with Coinbase, right? There's a lot of like, bad news about Coinbase. People are trying to sue Coinbase. It's mostly people that lost money that feel like the world owes them something because they invested in crypto. So they're going to blame somebody else, right? So they hire a big law firm to sue Coinbase and say, "Oh, you weren't following regulations. I lost my money because you weren't following regulations." So I have a feeling that those lawsuits will just drag on in court. It'll be a hassle for Coinbase, but they're just frivolous as far as I'm concerned. Most of these lawsuits against Coinbase, We're dealing with nascent technology, which doesn't have clear guidelines yet. And so people want to try and sue Coinbase for defrauding them because, they sell crypto. Come on. And Coinbase, has to be competitive in their field, right? They're a cryptocurrency exchange. And for a long time, Coinbase only had like 7 or 8 cryptos, and Binance had hundreds, right? So Coinbase has to start listing, popular cryptocurrencies to be competitive, right? So they have their business to think about. So anyway, some of these cryptos are borderline securities or commodities or whatever. Anyway, but BlackRock, but let me point out that Coinbase, they're a cryptocurrency exchange, but they're more than that. I think one of the things that a Coinbase is, and I'm a little big here on this camera. One of the things that Coinbase is an institutional custody service, right? They have vaults, cryptocurrency vaults where they're storing cryptocurrency offline that are multi-key, multi-signature wallets, where big institutions can store large amounts of cryptocurrency safely and securely, right? They're third-party services, right? But big firms, think about how crypto works, right? All you need is the private key. So if you're a company, how are you going to store your crypto if you buy millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin? You're going to store it in one wallet? And who controls that one wallet? And if you give access to that wallet to more than one person, who decides when and where withdrawals and deposits are made? You see, it's a conundrum. It's a conundrum for companies to manage crypto because of the self-custody issue of cryptocurrency. So Coinbase kind of fills the gap by being a crypto custodial service. And here we have BlackRock, one of the huge firms, and BlackRock has a lot of clients that want to get into Bitcoin. And so now they're partnering with Coinbase so that they can allow their customers to, position themselves into Bitcoin in one form or another. That is big. That's huge, right? It's kind of getting lost in the shuffle of all the stuff that's going on in the world today. That if BlackRock had made a deal with Coinbase in 2017, it just the market would have ripped up like 3 times overnight over that news story breaking. But these big news stories don't move the crypto markets as much as they used to. And it's probably better that way. All right, but that's huge, man. Huge, huge, huge. Let's see what else we got. Okay, this is another big story. This is a custodial, this is an adoption story, right? We have Gucci, one of the higher end tier brands that has allowed people to purchase Gucci products using ApeCoin, which is the coin that was, it's sort of like the governance coin of the Bored Apes ecosystem. And so now Gucci is allowing people to use ApeCoin to pay for their high-end products. So this is the success story of ApeCoin, right? And full disclosure, I do own some ApeCoin. I watched it helplessly when it was just mooning out last year or earlier this year, wishing, damn, I wish I'd have got into it. Well, last month it was way down, so I bought some, right? way off its high, so I bought some. And now, it's coming back. So this is a good story if you're into ApeCoin, but it's also a great adoption story as far as a high-end brand getting into the crypto sphere, right? Facebook is talking about supporting NFTs now. Meta, the company, I didn't put that story up there, but that's another big adoption story this week. So a lot of great adoption news, man. Market sentiment is down now because of the fake jobs report, but it won't take much for this market to flip positive, right? If the stock market starts to tank, the Fed will reverse, or at least jawbone that they're gonna reverse, and then the market will rip higher again, right? Could happen, and the crypto market will just jump along for the ride because there's a lot of money on the sidelines right now waiting to get back in the market. 10 trillion of it is managed by Blackrock, right? This is just overall kind of stuff. I'm not telling you to go buy this coin. I'm just telling you that this is a good story about crypto adoption, right? ApeCoin just happened to be the lucky coin in this case. And in this story about BlackRock, Bitcoin is the lucky winner, right? Because I don't know what the quote was. BlackRock, the world's largest financial asset manager, to provide its clients with direct access to crypto, starting with Bitcoin. Boom, Bitcoin right there. BlackRock wants to allow their clients safe and secure way to purchase Bitcoin. And they're going to partner with Coinbase to do it. Big, big stuff. All right, let's see what else we got. Okay, so I wanted to get into these stories here. Yeah, just make sure I'm in the right. Yeah. Okay. So if you haven't heard, there was another Solana hack, but it was more of a wallet hack than the actual blockchain breaking down. Turns out there were certain wallets. There was a certain wallet called Slope that was a mobile wallet, right? And people that created wallets in Slope, their private key, their mnemonic phrase, was stored on Slope servers in text. That's bad enough as it is, right? But then they were storing it in text format, which made it easy for anyone to snoop the mnemonic phrase. So as we've talked about over and over and over again, the mnemonic phrase is the private key. All you need to do, if you get a hold of a mnemonic phrase, the 24-word recovery phrase, is import it into your wallet and boom, you have access to the crypto, right? That is why we don't allow anyone to see our mnemonic phrases. That is why we use hardware wallet to keep our private key separate from the rest of the wallet, right? So, but this particular mobile wallet was based on, it's phone-based, so the private key stored on the phone. And but you create the wallet. When you create one of these wallets, you get a mnemonic phrase, which you are supposed to back up. They're created randomly, but then this phrase, for some reason, is being sent off to the servers of this company, maybe because it was sort of a hot wall. I don't really know. We're not really sure why they were storing this data at all. They really shouldn't have been. But they were, and they got hacked, right? Investigations are ongoing after attackers managed to steal some 500 million worth of Solana and Solana program library tokens on Wednesday. Solana has worked closely with Phantom and Slope Finance, the two Solana-based wallets, but the private keys that were compromised were directly tied to Slope. Cheng confirmed that a subset of affected wallets had private keys that were present on Slope's Sentry logging servers in plain text. The working theory is that an attacker somehow exfiltrated these logs and were able to use this to compromise the users. Now, this is just a subset, right? This isn't all of them, but this is not good. Some 5,300 private keys that were not part of the exploit were found in the Sentry instance. Nearly half of these addresses still have tokens in them, with users urged to move funds if they have not done so already. All right, so we have this mobile wallet called Slope. Users downloaded the wallet, installed it on their phone, wrote down their recovery phrase, and then that mnemonic phrase was, for whatever reason, was transmitted to Slope servers. I'm sure Slope was not stealing people's phrases. They were doing it for some kind of bookkeeping issue, but they had really bad security, right? So they were managing their mnemonic phrases, which they really shouldn't have been, not with a self-custodial wallet, right? So there's a lot of lessons in this story. The first lesson is this is a big story, and if you're using this wallet, you should be aware of this story. And they're telling us that there are still people that have funds in their wallet that have not been moved, right? So even the hackers haven't had a chance to get to these funds, right? So if you have this wallet and you have Solana in this wallet, you need to get it out of there now before someone else does. Don't just throw up your hands and go, oh, the wallet's been hacked, right? Check your wallet. Look and see if your funds are in there. If they're in there, move them. All right? Crypto 101. And that's what, I just want to bring this up right now. We talk a lot. You watch me move crypto a lot. I transfer it from exchanges to wallets, and I go from wallets to exchanges. You need to be adept at this sort of thing in case something like this happens, right? If you download a wallet, because you're in a hurry or whatever, and then it becomes compromised, or your phrase becomes compromised through your fault or someone else's, you still have time to move those funds if they're still in there. So move them, right? And that's why you should always be adept at moving crypto in and out of wallets, right? Don't wait for something like this to happen and then realize you don't know how to do it, right? That you bumbled your way through buying the crypto and putting it in the wallet, and you just said, okay, fine, I'm done. Let me go back to Facebook and, see what my friends are up to or watch cat videos. And you don't practice and hone your skills to adeptly move crypto when you need to, right? I get so many people, they're like, oh my God, I can't get my crypto back onto Coinbase now and Bitcoin's going up. How do I cash out? They're all screaming at me. How do I cash out? Like, well, if you practice, then it won't be a problem. When it's time to move your crypto back to an exchange for liquidation or safekeeping, you'll know what to do. You'll have practiced it. And another thing too, sometimes the exchange is the best place to put your crypto. We talk a lot about not your keys, not your crypto, but in a situation where your wallet is compromised, move it over to an exchange right away and then set up a different wallet and then withdraw it, right? Instead, if you can't figure out how to do a wallet-to-wallet transfer or whatever, right? Just get it out of your wallet, put it on your Coinbase account or your Binance account or whatever, and so it'll be safe. Much more safe than the compromised wallet, right? And then get yourself set up with a new wallet and then move your funds into there. So let's talk about this little story here real quick. I don't see any burning questions. Oh, yeah. And Dan is also pointing out, I wanted to bring this point up. As you guys know, I have multiple wallets and I have multiple exchanges, right? So you need to be adept at knowing, like, I have more than one exchange, so that what if the exchange doesn't support the token that I need to move right away, right? Then I need to have an exchange that does, right? So like if it's MATIC, and like for a while there, you couldn't purchase MATIC on Coinbase, but you could on Binance, or you could on KuCoin or whatever. You need to manage your resources so that you have multiple exchanges, so you can deal with coins that you may not be able to get or deposit or withdraw on other exchanges, right? So have multiple exchanges in your repertoire. It's a good idea, right? You don't even have to, like I have a KuCoin account. I don't hardly store anything in there, but I can use it when I need it, right? And be adept at multiple wallets, right? You've got your Ledger wallet, you've got your Trezor wallet, you've got, MetaMask. You need to be adept at different types of wallets so that you can manage different types of coins, because not every coin is compatible with every wallet. So, and that's kind of what I teach you guys. Man, I was watching my live stream last week and I just kept scratching my nose. I don't know why my nose just starts tingling when I'm doing my live streams. It's so itchy. Okay. And now I'm self-conscious of it. Okay, so here we go. This is a great article. This is kind of some of the stuff I was talking about. So all these articles are linked down below. Check it out in the description of this video. There's a section where I've got all these news stories linked, right? Way down here, right? All these news stories and all the jobs report stuff I was talking about are linked down below if you want to. But I wanted to kind of go through this article here. 4 things to learn from the embarrassing Slope hack on Solana, right? Slope got hacked, right? Software cryptocurrency wallets can be ridiculously bad when it comes to security. Can be. Not always, but can be. No, Jim, I did not. It was a small swap and it never showed up in my wallet. I swapped Bitcoin for Ethereum in the swap within Ledger Live, and the Bitcoin went to FTX, but it never swapped back. I just gave up on it because it was a small thing. I'm just not going to do that anymore. Right? Lesson learned. I don't know what happened to it. I sent them. I sent them the transaction ID, and they came back and said, "Oh, it was on our end, it went through." And I was like, "Well, on my end, it didn't." So I never got the Ethereum back. And I looked at the addresses and confirmed everything should have been back in my wallet. But I just gave up on it. Maybe it came in 3 weeks later. I don't know. But it was like sometimes you just have to pick up the pieces and move on with your life. All right. So software cryptocurrency wallets can be ridiculous. But Dan said it works for him and a couple of other people in we're talking about the Ledger Live swap feature in Ledger Live. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying I had a problem with one swap that I attempted. That was it. Some people said, "Oh, is this criminal negligence?" I don't know if you want to call it that. It's definitely sloppy coding, right? But you have to keep that in mind, right? That's why. Well, we'll get to the hardware issue here in a second. All the cryptocurrency, all the cryptography in the world doesn't help when there's a weak link, right? So we have these cryptographic wallets. They have these cryptographic private keys and public keys and blockchain addresses, and the technology is just so advanced. But if you expose that private key, whether through the fault of the software developers or the individual who's managing the wallet, is careless with his key, or then all that cryptography just goes out the window. All right. So that's another lesson that we've learned. Now, use a hardware wallet if possible. And this is what I usually do. If the wallet supports hardware, I will generally take that route. Right. So MetaMask will support a hardware wallet. This particular wallet did not. right? Because this particular wallet was a mobile wallet. And there aren't very many mobile wallets out there that support Ledger because they would have to support Ledger Bluetooth. Ledger Live will support, the Ledger Bluetooth feature, for sending and receiving crypto and managing your crypto. But most crypto wallets, that mobile cryptocurrency wallets, don't support ledgers, right? Now, I would say, be wary of mobile wallets, third-party mobile wallets that don't support any hardware, right? If you have like Phantom Wallet, there's a version of Phantom that's mobile, and then there's also a version of MetaMask that's mobile, and they sort of support hardware wallets, sort of, but my choice would be, if I'm going to use Phantom or I'm going to use MetaMask, I use the desktop versions because they're compatible with the hardware wallet. I know that's easy for me to say because I have a computer. Not everybody in the world has a computer. There are a lot of people out there that are just dealing with the phone situation, right? But my advice to you is if all you have is a phone and you want to play around with cryptocurrency, then I would suggest using the Ledger device, because the Ledger, if you want to store your crypto using your phone, you can do that with the Ledger Nano X, right? But that's just very basic, right? And if you're going to do, like, if you're jumping on a train, even Solana, right? You can store Solana in Ledger Live on your phone. Let's take a look at our Ledger Live mobile. Right, so as you can see, you can't see. Let me go to see all here. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. I think it's pretty far down on the list here. Oh, where the heck is it? I guess I don't have that much Solana. Oh, where is it? I could have sworn I had Solana in here. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Come on, baby. Where are you? Maybe they don't support it on here. You kidding me? Okay, let's go down a little further here. I thought that they did. Oh my God. Yeah, see, there's a Solana wallet. I'm not a huge fan of the new Ledger Live mobile app. They've updated it, and it's like very hard to keep. The way they organize it is whacked out. But yeah, you could store Solana in the Ledger Live wallet. Better than storing Solana in some rinky-dink third-party wallet that has no hardware support, right? Now, like Trust Wallet is phone-based, but it's a good wallet. It's been around for a long time. It's a pretty decent wallet, but I don't know. I know if you're just getting into crypto and you're not that familiar with the landscape, you might be tempted, to get some wallet you've never heard of. You don't know the difference, right? I've got the, whoops, let me look at it here. I do have one Solana wallet in the mobile version of Phantom, but I don't do much with it. I think I was just playing around with it. Yeah, you could see I put a little Solana in there and then I moved it out. If I'm going to play with Phantom, then I mess with it over here, right? Because I can attach this wallet to my Ledger device. Okay, so you can manage multiple. I don't think I've done this in a while. Okay, here's the Ledger. Okay, yeah. So that's a Ledger-based wallet. When you set up the wallet, you can connect your hardware wallet, and then once you've done that, you have a hardware-based wallet, right? So try to use a hardware wallet when possible, right? And like if you're dealing with and you don't have a computer and you're just dealing with a phone and a Ledger device, then I know it's a little more tricky, but try to stick to wallets that support the ledger, right? Now, I want to also talk about, I never use my phone to do cryptos. I think you will eventually learn the basic lesson the hard way, just like everyone else. Yeah, yeah. Uh, I'll just agree with that. Using your phone to do crypto is risky, unless you've got like the Ledger Live app that supports the hardware device. Then yeah, it is. So if you have a computer, if if you're in the U.S. and you can afford a rinky-dink computer, then I would recommend that you use a computer if you're going to get into crypto investing, right? I've got some stuff on my phone, like I have a Coinbase app and I've got the Binance US app and I've got the Ledger Live app so that I can buy and sell and transfer crypto in and out of my wallets on the fly if I want to, but I don't. As a rule, as a norm, I spend most of my time on my computer where I have much better security. Right? I wanted to also, and I'll just throw, not this, sorry. There was a Reddit post, and I wanted to talk about this Reddit post a little, but let me just scroll up to see if there's any questions I may have missed. Let's see. JDO is here. Thanks for being here, JDO. Didn't see you come in. Jim C is here again from last week. Jim C and I had gone back and forth on email. I hope you got your Luna Classic issue sorted out, hopefully. Let's see. That's what happened to me a few years back on Binance. They wouldn't let me withdraw to BTCS, so I purchased ADA and then sold it at 27 cents. Yeah. There's a lot of times where, people, like, I know people, certain cryptos you cannot withdraw from Uphold. And I think Cardano was one of them. They just don't support withdrawing it. You can buy it, but it's just a placeholder, really, that just tied to the price of the crypto. If you can't withdraw it to your own wallet, you don't really own it. So some people had asked me, well, how do I withdraw this from Uphold? And I was like, you can't. So, but what you can do is swap it for Bitcoin or, in Uphold, or swap it for Ethereum in Uphold, and then transfer that to an exchange, and then quickly buy the crypto that you couldn't withdraw. Whether, let's just assume it was XRP. I don't know. I think maybe you can withdraw XRP from Uphold, but let's just make the assumption is XRP. I got $5,000 worth of XRP. I want to put it in my own wallet. I can't because I can't withdraw from Uphold. All right, well, swap it for Bitcoin, move the Bitcoin to Binance or Coinbase, swap that Bitcoin back to XRP. Well, XRP is a bad example because you can't buy it on Coinbase. And then, well, let's say it was KuCoin, right? You swap your Bitcoin for XRP, and then from KuCoin, you can move it into your own wallet, right? So it's just like a swap. I know that sounds complicated and there are tax implications and all that, but generally, if you have XRP in your wallet and you sell it for Bitcoin and then you swap the Bitcoin back to XRP, and then if you've done that within minutes, then there's not a huge difference in the prices. So you haven't really, it may have small tax implications, but you didn't have a huge gain or loss because you did it within a few minutes. So the price was relatively stable. So that's just another one of those things where you have to be adept at like manipulating crypto back and forth. Right. So let's see. Will Solana go public like Coinbase as they now have mobile coming and physical store? Solana is a blockchain-based company. It's a software project. They've been accused of being a little too centralized, but and I thought that they were open source, but I may be wrong about that. But it's like asking, is Bitcoin going to go public? Because I don't believe they ever will. So it looks like their Coinbase, their code base is on GitHub. I'm assuming that that means that it's an open source project. It may not be, but so it's a developer. Now I'm sure that the developers are getting paid and that sort of thing, but whether a blockchain company is ever going to go public, I don't know. That Coinbase is a company, right? They're a cryptocurrency exchange. Solana is a blockchain. It's not really a company. It's a project. This is a wise person who can take advice with a healthy mindset. Think CryptoDad's a good guy. Thank you, Charles. Not globally accepted, right? Hey, man, can you explain if I add a wallet of Cardano to Ledger? Am I using a wallet on Cardano and now I want to add to Ledger? Can I do that? So the short answer to that question is I'm not sure what your original Cardano wallet was, but if you had a standalone Cardano wallet and you just created a ledger-based Cardano wallet, you're going to need to transfer the Cardano from the old wallet to the new ledger-based wallet. That's the short answer. But I've had someone ask me a question like this, and let me connect my ledger here real quick. Someone asked me if I already have an Adalite wallet, how do I move it onto my ledger? Or what do I have to do to move it? Well, you really, depending on how you created that wallet, you don't have to move anything. Let me just give you a demonstration here real quick. All right, so I have a Cardano wallet here. Well, let's get this thing in. I have a ledger device here. Let me show it to you. All right, and I have a Cardano app that I downloaded and installed on here. And that, by virtue of that, a Cardano wallet private key has been created on this device. And it also can generate public keys, right? So if we go over to Adalite, and I would assume that you are doing the hardware wallet. The mnemonic and the key file are not very secure ways of managing Cardano wallets. So I'm assuming that maybe he was using Adalite with his ledger. Right? Now it's going to ask me to confirm the export of the public keys. I'll hit both buttons there. All right, and then the wallet's going to come up. Some news here. And there's my wallet. It's a small balance, right? It's $83 worth of Cardano in this wallet, right? So the question is, okay, I have this wallet in Adalite. He didn't specify that it was being managed with a ledger, but let's just assume that it was or is. And the question he asked me was, well, how do I move that onto my ledger or into Ledger Live? Well, the answer is it's basically already there. It's kind of like, I'm going to turn this off real quick. It's kind of like spiritual fulfillment, right? It's always there. You don't have to find it. You just have to recognize it, right? Salvation, right? That's always been there, right? Let's go to accounts. I'm going to delete this account real quick. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. Just going to remove it. So, somebody told me Ledger supports Cardano now, right? And I have a Cardano wallet over in Adalite. How do I move that into Ledger? Well, you don't have to move it, right? You just go into your accounts, you click Add Account, you say, I want to add my ADA wallet. Well, I already have an ADA wallet on my Ledger, right? I'm currently looking at it in Adalite, but now I would like to see the same account in Ledger Live. I don't need to move anything, right? All I have to do is look at it from within Ledger Live. Let's call it Ledger. Whoops, let's call it Nano X, right? It's the same account. Where'd it go? Right? Same balance as this one. See? Same wallet. You don't have to move anything. All you have to do is go into the accounts and add it, and the Ledger Live will see that you already have a private key for an ADA wallet on here. Right? You don't have to move anything. But if your ADA wallet that you created earlier was based on like a mnemonic, it was a standalone wallet, like you know, like you have a mnemonic phrase, right? And every time you open the wallet, you have to like paste in your mnemonic, or you have a key file. Like every time you open the wallet, you got to find your key file. That's like a standalone wallet, right? Those types of wallets, you would just go and, you know, you would do a transfer, right? You go over to your new Ledger, shiny new Ledger wallet. You do a receive. You get that ADA address, right? And then you go back over to ADA Lite, open up your standalone wallet, and do a send, right? I don't have a standalone wallet to demo for you, so I'll just reopen this one. God, my nose won't stop itching. What is it about public speaking that makes my nose tingle? Okay, so yeah, I would just go send, right? I'd send to this address. Now, this isn't going to work because I'd be sending to the exact same wallet. But that's the idea, right? You'd send it from the old wallet to the new wallet, right? But if you were already using your Ledger device with your ADA wallet, then all you have to do is discover it in Ledger Live. The same balance will show up in Ledger Live. Notice that over here in ADA Lite, you have like staking and voting. This is a much better wallet than Ledger Live, right? But because Ledger Live doesn't even support staking, which is like the whole reason Cardano is such a great crypto, because of their staking, right? You can't stake it in Ledger Live. Maybe they'll add that functionality later, but right now it's really not there. So I don't know, I guess I moved all my coins, but there was an update to Ledger Live. So maybe that whole Cardano token thing has been resolved now. I'm not sure. I don't know. So Javi Rowe, I hope I answered that question. Let's see here. Dave Flowers. Yeah, the Ledger Live latest update is killing me, man, with the drip tokens displaying enormously incorrect pricing. Try and hide the asset. It comes right back. It shows as hidden 5 times. Yeah, I did that too. Last week we were playing around with that. It was a real hassle. So I had already moved all of my coins to a standalone wallet. Just all those drip coins that were showing up with like way whacked out like price APIs, I just moved them out. So I don't know. Let's see what happens when we let's move some from that Eternal wallet. All right, so this is the standalone wallet that has some tokens in there. Let's move those. These were the ones that were like going nuts. Let's see. How do we do this? We could send. Okay, I got to do this first. I do that. How do I switch? I don't even know how to use this damn wallet. Anybody? How do I send? No. How do I tell it that I don't want to use? Oh, it's on the next. It's on the next page. I'm pretty sure. Here. Okay. Yes. Okay, there. Yeah. Let's see. It's going to work. Let's see. Ugh. All right. Doggone it. What am I trying to do here? Send. Let's try that again. All right, so I want to send to this address. Not about to, oh, okay. Yeah. Why in the hell would you want to get into crypto? All right, there's the wallet. I want to add a token, right? All of this. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Add all. Oh, God, this is really frustrating. Okay, let's try it again. I just want to send that one. Okay. 6 unique assets found. Okay, I want to send all of, oh, and then I have to add. Okay, there it goes. That was it. I was missing that one step. Notice I got to spend ADA to do this. C'est la vie. All right, now the password. You'll have to forgive me. I don't send ADA tokens back and forth that often with this wallet. Okay, so now those should be coming into this wallet. And boop-a-doop-a-doo. Ooh, I got a virus. Oops. There it is. Okay. No. Oh, I sent the Husky. That really wasn't the one I meant to send, but it had a huge value a couple weeks back, and now apparently it's okay. I just sent this into the wallet, right? It's not showing up in the list of transactions for some bizarre reason, but I can see them here. It was like the Husky that I just sent from Eternal. Isn't that what I did? Sometimes I have to go back through my live streams and look at what I did. It looks like they fixed that discrepancy with the pricing APIs. Yeah, Dan's like got 2.5 million in his ledger. Yeah. It was the Husky, right? I meant to send that Inu, but so it doesn't matter. No staking for Ledger, no. There is no staking for ADA and Ledger Live, right? The only thing Ledger Live is doing now is supporting their tokens, right? So if we go to their the features now, Cardano native tokens are now supported, right? So you can see them in your wallet. But when they came out with 2.44, they had these ridiculous price attached to these tokens. And now with 2.45, they don't even say that they fixed it. They just like, these are the same notes from 4.4. I don't know why, but apparently it's been fixed to a certain extent. Judy. Okay, Judy's asking me a question. Judy. Where is she? Judy Meeks? Can I have one with you? Can I have one-on-one with you on crypto? I live about an hour from your need lessons. I don't do one-on-one lessons, Judy, but if you've got like specific questions, I'd be happy to, if you just want to shoot me an email, we can talk a little bit through email. And a lot of times the questions that you have I have in my step-by-step tutorial videos, And then, you know, I can recommend specific tutorial videos for you based on what your problems are, or, you know, what your issues are. Then, and we can go from there. Or if it's just a simple question, I can just answer it in the email. I do that often too. But I don't do like a one-on-one, like crypto 101, like a college course thing. Yeah. You may want to hold on to getting them. My ADA is locked in Celsius. I read an article that Celsius was going to allow people to withdraw, but it was kind of deceptive because it sounded like they would allow you to withdraw from Celsius if you had... what did I just do? Okay. All I'm seeing are depressing stories. I could have sworn that I had read that they were going to start allowing withdrawals. But the article that I read made it sound like only if you had cash in Celsius that was like being custodied by that bank. So if you had simply moved some cash into Celsius but hadn't bought crypto yet, then you could withdraw that. But it didn't say anything about people that were like staking Bitcoin in Celsius. Were people that had Bitcoin in Celsius able to withdraw their Bitcoin? I don't know. But it sounded somewhat promising, right? My email is in the description. My email is down here in the description. It's pretty straightforward. And JDO just posted it for you up there. That's my email. Let's see. Yeah, Dan and I both love West Michigan. Oh, that was Voyager that will only allow fiat withdrawal. Thank you, JDO. Not Celsius. My mistake. No wonder I couldn't find the article. Yeah, it was Voyager. Yeah. And Voyager was more of a kind of an investment platform. Voyager Pay, right? Debtor's bankruptcy case are jointly administered under case number blah before the Honorable Martin Glenn, a bankruptcy court. Okay. Bad news for Celsius holders. Dan and I know a Celsius holder. Okay, so I would like to talk about this guy with the ledger issue, because it demonstrates a lot of the stuff that I talked to you guys about. I'm just going to go over his, and I get this question a lot, right? So it goes, morning, anyone else having issues with Ledger Nano X after the latest update? My device was working fine yesterday. This morning, can connect it. I think he meant to say can't connect it to anything. It won't connect to adalite.io on Brave. Seems there was an update to the browser yesterday. Ledger Live just keeps popping up, connect your device, and never connects. The only thing I did yesterday was update the Ledger Live software as an update was available. Update. After a full day of trying to get the Ledger X to work, it's still not able to connect. Contacted Ledger support on their website. Don't waste your time. They will simply repeat what's on their website, which I had already tried. Install the VM to see if it would run on Linux. No luck. Updated Windows 11. No luck. I'm somewhat disappointed with the very little support there is for this wallet. Anyone have an experience with Trezor? I'm at the point where I will scrap the Ledger and get a Trezor. Update 2. Oh, wait, I don't know if I read this one. I finally found out what the issue was. I use BC Vault wallet to store some crypto long-term. Well, when you install the BC Vault software, there is a web daemon that if you choose, you can install, and one seems to be running all the time, even when the browser is not running. With sys internal process explorer, found the process and ended it, and boom, Ledger is again able to connect. Ledger support is seriously below par. They just repeat the same thing over and over again. I'm telling you to contact them if the problem isn't solved, and they return to repeating the same thing. They seriously need to get better app developers because Ledger Live is seriously needing some good dev love. Moral of the story, if you have any other hardware wallet such as BC Vault, make sure they have not installed anything that is running on startup. Interesting because this guy, and I'm glad he figured out what his solution was. I get this a lot. He keeps saying, I can't connect to Ledger, or I can't connect. How is he phrasing it? He's saying, Ledger Live just keeps popping up, connect your device, and never connects. Okay. When does Ledger Live pop up and ask you to connect your device? It doesn't. Oh, wait. Hey, look, dude, my Husky Inu. It's worth $57,000. Apparently, they have not fixed that issue yet. All right. So when I'm trying to help people and I hear them say Ledger is not connecting, I don't know whether they mean their Ledger device is not connecting or they mean Ledger Live is not connecting to the internet. Now, I know that sometimes after you've had Ledger Live running for a long time, you'll see red X's instead of check marks. That's an easy fix. All you have to do is quit Ledger Live and start it again. Ledger Live gets kind of funky connecting to blockchains when it's been running for a long time. But there's a difference between Ledger Live connecting to the blockchain and connecting your Ledger device to Ledger Live, right? So I get a little, when people say stuff like this, Ledger Live keeps popping up telling me to connect my device. It never does that unless you're in Manager, right? And if you're in Manager, then it does ask you to connect your device when you're in the Manager. But just launching Ledger Live does not, this may be what he was talking about. I don't know. All right. Anyway, let's just do this real quick. All right. So that is the only time that the Ledger Live software ever asks you to connect your device, unless you're trying to send crypto. So if he were really wanted an answer to his question, he should have said something like, when I am trying to send crypto, I get an error message telling me that the device is not connected or something of that nature. But to just generically say Ledger keeps popping up asking me to connect the device sounds a little disingenuous. Anyway. And then, let me turn this off. He went on to say, somebody goes, does this issue occur as well when you use another browser in order to connect your device to another browser? You can also try to connect your Ledger device to another third-party wallet, such as Yori. Tried with Yori, tried with Eternal, getting so tired of this Ledger. Okay. If you only updated Ledger Live and noticed that the device cannot be connected to a different application, you might want to check with a different cable and a different computer. And then he comes back and says, already tried with a new cable on a different PC. Same thing. It's a no-go. Also, everything was working fine 12 hours ago. Well, if your problem was that you were running that hardware wallet, BC Vault, then you wouldn't have had that problem on a different computer if you had actually used a different computer and a different cable. It sounds like he was just kind of, yeah, I did that, tried that, doesn't work. I get that a lot too when I'm trying to help people. You know, I'll say, well, why don't you try it? I did that. I'm like, well, why don't you try that? I already did that too. I'm like, well, why don't you just humor me and like let me try to help you instead of just telling me you've already tried everything, because that's not getting us anywhere. So that's a pretty good example. Bless his heart, I'm glad he solved this issue, really. I'm just kind of pointing out the mindset to getting a problem fixed, right? And he's also like, I'm so tired of this device. Maybe I should just switch to a Trezor. Well, if you've already given up, you're probably not going to get, your problem solved. I don't know what BC Vault was doing, but and I'll also mention this. BC Vault, I thought BC Vault was a I didn't know the BC Vault had a desktop application. I don't know. Then he also mentioned that the Bluetooth was working on his phone. So he's not a novice, right? He obviously knows how to use his Ledger device, right? Because the Bluetooth is working with his phone, or so he says. So what he was saying was that BC Vault to store some crypto long term. Well, when you install BC Vault software, okay, so he is talking about the BC Vault desktop-based software. So the BC Vault desktop-based software was interfering with his Ledger Live because they were in conflict with each other. All right. But as I was reading all of this, people going back and forth, it was clear to me that the problem was not with his Ledger device. It was with something on his computer when you've eliminated all the other possibilities, especially when updating Ledger Live started the issue. I don't get that either. If BC Vault was already running, why did it suddenly start interfering with the latest version of Ledger Live? That sounds kind of weird too. Another thing that he says, which my dad tells me this all the time too, where I don't know where he says it here. Oh, also, everything was working fine 12 hours ago, exclamation point. My dad tells me that all the time. He's like, he's got a problem with his computer. It was fine yesterday. I'm like, well, that doesn't mean it's fine today. Just because it was fine yesterday doesn't mean it's going to be fine today. Who knows? Usually, it's like when you install something. So I don't know when he installed the BC Vault software. It's just kind of an odd situation. A rare conflict of software. But it was definitely something happening on his computer and not the device. Right? It really wasn't the device. So I don't really understand how the daemon, the BC Vault software daemon, was interfering with the connection of his device. But it may well have been, although, I don't know, a BC Vault I didn't think had a cable. I could be wrong. I forget. Anyway, I guess the point I'm trying to make in this is that when you realize that the Ledger device is not connecting, for whatever reason, and usually it's when you're in Manager or you're trying to send, or if you're trying to do receive with verification, right? So if like you try to do a receive and it wants you to connect the device, right? Open the Bitcoin app or whatever, right? Generally, when you do a receive with confirmation, right, it's going to tell you to open the Bitcoin app, right? So you open up the Bitcoin app. So at this point, if you get a message telling you, oops, something went wrong, that it didn't connect, then you have a connection issue, right? Let me just do this. Whoops. Launching Ledger Live does not require you to connect your device. So if you're just launching Ledger Live and it's not connecting to like the servers, you're getting a message telling you that Ledger Live, that has nothing to do with your device. That's just Ledger Live not connecting to a server, which that's a pretty rare one. Now, occasionally what you'll see is, I don't know, it's been ages since I've seen a message from Ledger Live saying that it can't connect. But I guess it's possible if you're running software that conflicts with, the web interface or whatever under the hood, right? But I guess you need to sort of be able to tell the difference between a software problem and a hardware problem, right? The device will give you messages when you try to get addresses or send crypto out, right? But Ledger Live doesn't need the device connected to connect to the internet and check your balances. But if that fails, then that's a problem with the software on your computer. And that's when you have to start doing troubleshooting, right? Reboot your computer, reboot your modem, try a different time of day, right? There are so many ways to troubleshoot rather than just banging your head against the wall and trying to call Ledger support and getting pissed off because they keep telling you the same thing that they say on their website. The reason they're telling you those things is because they work, right? And that's, that's the process. But when you just turn everything off and say, you don't understand, your support sucks, and the whole time, as it turns out, the problem had nothing to do with Ledger Live or the Ledger device. It had to do with this other device that he had, this other piece of software that he had installed that was conflicting. That's not Ledger's fault. It would be nice if, one of their developers could, connect with you one-on-one and troubleshoot. But most of they can't afford to do that because their developers are busy developing and their tech support people are busy dealing with tech support. And most of the time, it's fairly simple. This was a strange issue. So let's see, what else was there? So the device, right? If your device is not connecting, there are certain things you can do to try to get your device to connect properly. Disconnect it, reconnect it. I know. People are sitting there with the device connected with a US. That was so funny. I jinxed it, right? Like 2 minutes ago, I looked down at my connection and was like, hey, the connection seems pretty stable. And then I had an OBS disconnect, reconnect. Ouch. All right. Well, and then someone comes in and starts muddying the water, talking about something else here. Okay, so where were we? Okay, we're talking about the device. Try reboot your computer. Try disconnecting and reconnecting the device. Try connecting the device to a different USB port on your computer. Try disconnecting other USB devices that might be causing a conflict. You got, this is basic USB troubleshooting, right? Try a different cable, right? All of this stuff. And a lot of the people in the Reddit were telling him that sort of stuff. And he was just like, no, doesn't work. I tried a different computer, tried a different cable, didn't work. And then he finally admits that it was a software issue on his go-to computer. Well, I wonder why it didn't work on his other computer and his other cable. I don't know. But yeah, try a different cable. Worst case scenario, it's a USB cable. The new ones, they're all USB-C cables now, so they're fairly common. You can buy them for like $10 on Amazon. No reason to order a new cable from Ledger, right? It's just a regular USB cable, right? Try a different machine, right? A lot of times it's the machine has an issue or the machine is just glitched out. That's why a good reboot will fix a lot of USB conflict issues. Right. Sometimes, you have to disconnect every device from the back of your computer, reboot your computer, and then one by one reconnect your devices until you figure out which devices cause. Maybe that digital card reader is the problem. Maybe it's the microphone. Maybe, it's the, whatever USB device you had that's causing this, conflict. Resource conflict of some kind. It's just a device, right? It's not always like Ledger. You're going to call Ledger and they're just going to tell you what's wrong. Oh, I know exactly what's wrong. Here's the fix. That's not how tech support works for any company, right? You call HP. my printer, it's printing, but there's nothing on the page, right? And then HP will go, well, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this? Well, of course they're going to say that, because how else are they going to troubleshoot? Same with any piece of hardware, right? Just basic troubleshooting skills, right? Beyond the whole crypto thing. It's just a device. Let's see. There's one thing that I really liked at the end that he said. This is where he talks about the BC Vault. Oh, okay. Somebody goes, I like this interaction too. And this is our guy, right? The guy with the problem. He's not dumb, right? And maybe he did try all that other stuff. I don't know. But he's definitely not a dumb guy. He's a sharp guy, right? He finally figured it out, right? But somebody said something like, they were talking about Adalite, and he said, shouldn't be trying to connect a ledger to any hot wallets or online websites anyway. Defeats the whole purpose of an offline wallet, cold, right? And so he comes back, he says, what are you talking about? That's the exact reason you get a cold wallet. So you don't have to use a hot wallet. You do realize that the so-called hot wallets or website wallets are just interfaces. If connected with ledger keys, if connected, your ledger keys are still on your ledger and confirmations still have to happen on your device. Looks like you might not understand the use of a cold wallet yet. Very profound. I mean, kudos on that response, because a lot of people get confused between a hot wallet and a cold wallet. And they think, oh, well, MetaMask is a hot wallet. Don't connect your ledger to it because it's, it gets hacked. Well, no, you connect your ledger to it so that you keep your private key safe. The same with Adalite. It is a website, but it's just an interface to your wallet where the private key is stored on your device if you use the hardware option, right? So it is designed for you to connect your device to the site if you do it properly, right? You don't want to put in your hardware backup phrase, right? You don't want to use mnemonic and put in your ledger 24-word backup phrase, right? That's a no-no, right? But if you connect your device to the site properly, then your device is now running security for the wallet, right? That's why we use cold wallets, right? So I did want to point out that was quite a good response to this guy, who does seem to be confused between what a hardware wallet is used for. So, as it turned out, it looks like he tried everything, was going nuts, but he didn't give up, and he figured out what the issue was. So kudos, glad. I don't mean to bag. I was kind of bagging on him. I didn't mean to be bagging on him at all. I just meant to sort of use his interaction as kind of an example of what I encounter and what you might encounter if you're in a frustrated state of mind. And believe me, I've been there. I got frustrated earlier today over something that really hacked me off, but I'll work on that later. Okay, what type of cable is used for Ledger? It's not the same as the phone connector. The Ledger uses a USB-C cable, right? This is a USB-C connector. I have another one. Yeah. That's a USB-C connector. Whoops. USB-C connector on one side. Notice it's symmetrical, right? This is the latest. This is a Ledger Nano S, a Ledger Nano X, right? And then this is the side that goes into your computer. This is a regular USB 3 cable, right? Ledger uses USB-C connectors. The old ones used the different one. this is a USB micro connector. Notice it's not symmetrical, right? It only goes in one way. That's the Ledger Nano S, right? That's the old one. But the Ledger Nano S Plus and the Ledger Nano X use USB-C cables. Oops. Right there. $13.56 on Amazon. You can get that's a Belkin. That's a good one. Amazon Basic, that's a C to C. Some computers have these connectors. Most, desktops use these connectors on the back of your computer. But a lot of laptops have C connectors. So you could get a C to C connector. But the Ledger comes with the box that the Ledger comes in includes like this is USB-C to USB 3.0. So it's not unique, right? You can use any old USB-C cable will work with a Ledger device. And USB-C cables go bad. Cables go bad all the time, right? If your device is acting up and you've tried everything, switch cable, see what happens. Try a different USB port, try a different computer. Okay, I'm going to coast here. I'm going to try to coast. The Nano S uses a different cable than the Nano X. Yes, that's right. The Nano S uses the older. Any issues with the length of cable? Does a longer cable cause issues? Not necessarily, but just intuitively, the shorter the cable, the less chance there is of error. I don't know. But, there are different qualities of cable, right? So you've got like these cheap cables where you can get a 5-pack for $10, and then you have like the better braided cables that are, a name brand. I would probably go with the quality of the cable and get the length that you need, right? If you got a laptop, you can use a 3-foot cable, but a 3-foot cable is like unusable for me because my desktop is, 4 feet away from me. So I need like a 6-foot cable or a 10-foot cable. Sometimes I use 10-foot because I need to move even further away. Yeah, it's not a huge issue with USB cables. I'm surprised that anybody can steal your crypto if you don't put a passcode to your ledger and somebody else steals it. What do you mean? I don't believe you can set up a Ledger device without a passcode. You can use Ledger Live without a passcode, but Ledger Live doesn't do anything. I mean, you might, like, if an attacker gains access to your home computer and he can see your Ledger Live balances, he might have some idea, how much is on here, but he can't do anything unless he has access to the device. And the device forces you to use a passcode. You can't use the device without a passcode. You have to put at least a 4-digit PIN in here. So, yeah. This Husky, man, what a ripoff, man. I'm going to move it back to the Eternal wallet. All right, so let's go back to this guy. This is a standalone wallet that I created with a seed phrase, which I have stored somewhere. Let's get that address. Let's move this. No. I need to do this. Yeah. Okay. Easier to do in Ledger than it is over in Eternal, right? I'm just moving the token. My $57,000 worth. got to open the Cardano. Now I'm sending that token back to the other wallet. Right. So now it's going to ask me to export, or it's okay. I guess I already exported the keys. Right. So new ordinary transaction. Send to address. I have to advance to the second, then hit both buttons. I have to spend ADA to do this. Hit both buttons. Hit both buttons again. Hit both buttons, and hit both buttons to confirm. Off it goes. Oh, now I got to approve the fee. Both buttons, both buttons. Yeah, that's very irritating to see that, like, the portfolio is so whacked out because of that. Off it goes. $57,000 and 449 cents for an airdrop. Okay, there, it's gone now. All right, my portfolio is back to where it should be. Okay. Birds, bees, and trees. Mine is 6-digit. I haven't moved the Cake and BNB with MetaMask yet, though. I appreciate you showing me the Splinterland site, too. But I haven't used MetaMask to offboard Cake and BNB. Oh, yeah. Birds, bees, and trees. You said something about the Cake wallet. Are you talking about this? Is this where you had your cake? I don't see that it even stores cake, but I couldn't understand how you said you were staking cake. So I just assumed that you were using MetaMask with Binance Smart Chain on PancakeSwap website. So I'm still a little confused about your issue, birds, bees, and trees. Still haven't used MetaMask to offboard Cake and BNB. I'm just glad you're still on. Don't worry, I'll watch your old video on Cake MetaMask. If I can figure it out, I'll be on early next week and try it again. So I guess if somebody steals my device, he also needs to download Ledger Live, and guess he needs my seed phrase. Yes, if someone steals your device, the first thing they're going to need is your PIN. Right? Because they can go download Ledger Live all day long, but there's no way they can set it up and connect to your device without the PIN being entered and the device being unlocked, right? So they need the PIN. So if you have a 4-digit PIN, then they would have to know the PIN in order to steal your crypto, right? And you only get 3 tries. So it's pretty unlikely that someone that steals your device is going to be able to, like, figure out your PIN, unless you had your PIN on a little sticky note stuck to your monitor. Then, and they stole it from your house and they saw that too. So they would need the device and the PIN to access the crypto. Even if they downloaded Ledger Live, it wouldn't help them. If they had your backup phrase, then they could get their own Ledger device and download Ledger Live and set up their device with your backup phrase. Then they could steal all of your crypto. Yeah, that's exactly what JDO just said. If they have your backup phrase, they don't need your device. They go get their own device and use your backup phrase to access all your wallets. Hi, Brady Nields. Good day, nerds. Proud to be a nerd. No, I just had it staked on PancakeSwap. You were right. I did have it in staked through MetaMask. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Yeah. Let's play around with PancakeSwap a little bit. I think PancakeSwap or Pancake has done okay. Let's get into... Oh, yeah. Kitty wasn't here last week. He's not here this week. I don't know. I thought I saw movement down below. You get kind of weird when you have a cat. You out of the corner you see something, some creature moving under your feet. You're like, what was that? Like, look down there. Oh, it was just in my mind. Cat's not here. Let's get into MetaMask, right? All right, so we have this MetaMask wallet that I have installed in my Chrome browser. And as you can see, I have multiple networks set up, right? The default network for MetaMask is your Ethereum mainnet, right? As you can see, I'm looking at this particular wallet. It's a Trezor wallet. It's empty. I emptied it out. If we hit this account icon up here, we can switch between accounts, right? So I have set up my hardware devices so that I can connect to my Ethereum wallet that's ledger based. Now I can do this without the device attached, just to see the balance. I don't need to have the device attached to see the current balance, right? Even in MetaMask, right? But this is a device. The private key is protected by the device. I cannot move crypto out of this wallet without the device attached, right? And then I also have some standalone accounts like this one where there's a little bit of Ethereum in there, but there's not much else, right? And then I have this account over here that I set up a long time ago that has some Ethereum in there and some other stuff. And then if we switch over to Binance Smart Chain, you can see that I also have some Binance Smart Chain tokens in here as well. All right. Some Binance US dollar, some Bake. All right. Now, why don't we go over to PancakeSwap? And you can see that I need to get the wallet connected. So I'll use MetaMask, of course. And it's connected to that wallet that was active. And you can see the BNB balance, right? So if we look here, you can see the BNB balance is 0.0173, and that it shows up here in PancakeSwap, right? Because I've connected the wallet. Well, what does not show up in the wallet, if you'll notice there, it says 0 cake, right? But if you go over here to the pools, you can see that I have some cake stored in this pool, right? Why don't we unstake some of this, right? So we'll just go down here. We'll go to details. And then I have 237 cake. It's worth about $1,000. It's not bad, right? Let's take out 37. Let's see, 25. Nah, I don't want to take out that much. Let's just take out 20, right? That's about 8% of what I have staked. I'm not going to convert it to lock. If I put it in lock, I'll get a much higher APY, but I have to commit to having it locked for a certain period of time. And I just don't like that. I like flexibility. But I'll go ahead and confirm this. And we have to sign this in MetaMask. And now I've successfully unstaked it. Well, not quite. It hasn't confirmed yet, but it should shortly. There, it confirmed. Now, when we go back to MetaMask, there's cake in there now, right? The wallet has a balance of cake that I just unstaked, the 20 that I unstaked. Your voice is striking sideways as your screen in just on the other side. I need to upgrade, man. Your voice is striking sideways as your screen in just the other side too. Mic right screen center. Mouth moving. I hope you see my previous comments. I am now in a desktop, so volume is low. Can everyone else hear me? Hello? Yeah, sometimes I turn my head. I apologize for that. We don't have any. Okay, thank you. So happy. Oh my God. Okay. Maybe you just turn your volume up. Maybe that'll help. So we have cake staked, still here. And then by unstaking it, I have released it from the staking pool, and now the balance is in my wallet of the unstaked cake. And so I cannot, I don't have Binance proper because I'm in the US. I can only use Binance US, and there is no cake on Binance US. Oh, good. So if I wanted to cash this cake out, how would I do that? Let me take a look at something here real quick. Oh, here we go again. 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Let's just sell some of the cake, right? I just want to give you a cash out scenario. So how would I cash out this cake? Well, first of all, I need to unstake it, right? So once it's unstaked and it's in the wallet, now I have access to it. So I'll go back over here to the trade interface, right? And now that I have some cake here, I can swap it for BNB. So let's do 10. That I think is about $40 worth of cake, right? Because yeah, cake is like 4. So that's like $40 worth of cake. So the 0.13 BNB is about $40 worth of BNB. So we'll go ahead and hit swap here. Now, if I had Binance, I would just transfer the cake to my Binance account and then sell cake on Binance. But Binance US does not have cake, right? So, but Binance US does have BNB tokens, right? So now if we go to the wallet, you can see now that I've got more BNB in there than I did before, right? So now I can transfer this to my Binance US account. So let's go to Binance US. Try to keep my mouth on this mic. Okay, I need to do this. No. I had to reboot my computer. Okay, all right. Okay. All right, I'm just going to let this Google Authenticator cycle. 1. All right, and now we go to wallet, and we're going to make a deposit of BNB. So we'll go to the 3 dots over here. We'll choose deposit. We understand. Now, this is not BEP2 Binance coin. This is Binance Smart Chain coin on the Binance Smart Chain network. Different network. So I need to switch networks and tell it that I'm using a Binance Smart Chain wallet to deposit from. So there's my Binance Smart Chain address. We'll go back over here and we'll do a send, and we'll paste in the address of our cryptocurrency exchange. for Binance Smart Chain BNB. Let's do 0.1, and we'll hit next. And we pay a very small BNB fee because Binance Smart Chain is very cheap fees. And off it goes. And then it shouldn't take it too long to get to Binance US. Because it's their platform. So things move pretty fast on, not quite, it's not there yet. May take it a minute. Yeah, it's pretty hot here in West Michigan. I don't like cake, so I'm going for ice cream. It's still around at 90 degrees. Cake is just one of the top dexes on the Binance Smart Chain. Is that what you would use to get Avalanche into your wallet? You can use MetaMask to manage Avalanche, right? There's, if you're in MetaMask, let's just see if this BNB shows up here. Not yet. Okay, it's going to be a minute. So you can configure the Avalanche C chain in MetaMask if you want to manage Avalanche, right? So I have some Avalanche tokens in this MetaMask wallet, and I could deposit it over here. All right. And I need to specify that this is the AVXC chain. Actually, they only support the AVXC chain. So that's the AVXC chain. Notice that's the exact same address for the Binance Smart Chain BNB wallet too. When you have a cryptocurrency exchange account and you have multiple wallets that support different chains, that Ethereum-based address, or that EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine address, pretty much be the same for all of your deposits, right? It doesn't change, right? So I could transfer this Avalanche token from MetaMask into that exchange, right? But there is a better wallet for Avalanche that you can use the ledger. That's this guy here. And you can do the same thing with that wallet too. I'm going to access my ledger-based wallet. All right, I need to be in the ledger. Oh, and they're pretty good there. They're giving us all the steps, right? Right, I have to be in the Avalanche app. Okay. All right, let's try it again. I think I wasn't in there. Okay, see, beep, there it is. Now I have to provide the extended public key. Accept. And now the public key. And accept. And this is where I'm storing the bulk of my Avalanche tokens, in the Avalanche-based wallet. And it's connected to my ledger device using the Avalanche app. Yeah, you can actually, I got off the topic of Binance Smart Chain, but Ledger supports Binance Smart Chain too, right? So you can see this Ledger account has some Binance Smart Chain in there. You can, for example, this Binance Smart Chain wallet, is connected to this ledger device. If we do the receive on this, that's the address, that's hidden Ethereum address, right? If I go over to hidden Ethereum, that's just the name I call this. Hidden Ethereum is the same address, right? 478BD. So if we go over to MetaMask, let it do this. I'll get out of this. But you can send Avalanche C-Chain or X-Chain. Well, you'd have to send C-Chain because you can't deposit X-Chain in Binance US. You might be able to do it in KuCoin or something. But you can also cross-chain. Like if you have it in X format and you want to swap it over to C-Chain format, you can using this wallet. But let's go back over here to MetaMask. Let's go to Ethereum hidden, right? I have that device attached to MetaMask. And lo and behold, it's the same account that we can see over here. Notice there's 0.08563 or 0.856, and it's got 2 cake in there. So I can see that 2 cake right here in Ledger Live. So Ledger Live supports Binance Smart Chain. You know, if you want to use a Ledger device. Unfortunately, though, there's not a whole lot you can do with Binance Smart Chain from within Ledger Live. Right? You can't connect to PancakeSwap. You can't do much at all except just kind of look at it, store it in there. But with that device over here, whoops, sorry. I can connect to PancakeSwap and do all that other stuff, right? This is a different wallet than the one that I was using here, right? I would have to reconnect. Right. Now, the only thing is that in order to use this ledger-based wallet within PancakeSwap, I need to be in the Ethereum app, not the Binance Smart Chain app. Right? That's confusing. I get that. But MetaMask is a Ethereum virtual machine-based wallet. And even though it supports multiple chains, it only works with a ledger in the Ethereum app, right? So I'm not going to go over here. If I can find it. Is that it? Yeah. I won't use this app to play with PancakeSwap. I know it's weird, isn't it? Same wallet that is in Binance Smart Chain and my ledger. But when I'm using it in MetaMask, I need to use the Ethereum app. It's the only app that MetaMask will interface with. If I try to use the Binance Smart Chain app and I try to make a swap, it won't work. It needs the Ethereum app. Right? But I could do it, right? If I wanted to swap this 2K for some BNB, then I hit swap and confirm. I would confirm it in MetaMask. And then I would also have to confirm it on the device, right? In the Ethereum app, right? I already have blind signing enabled. Right? Notice there. It says network Binance Smart Chain. Right? Oh, I'm going backwards here. All right. And then both buttons. So I can manage the Binance Smart Chain on PancakeSwap with my ledger as the private key, but it has to be within the Ethereum app. So now my cake balance is 0 and I have more BNB in there. Let's go over here. I don't see. Yeah, it's there now. All right, notice that BNB is now in my exchange account, right? So now the question was, how do I cash out cake, right? So the first thing I had to do was swap cake for BNB. Then I had to transfer my BNB to my Binance US account. Now that it's in the account, I can trade it for US dollar, right? I could sell for all my BNB for US dollar. I'm not going to do it. I'll just hang on to it. And now, once I make that trade and there's US dollar in the account, then you can withdraw your dollars back to your bank. Right? So birds, bees, and trees, that's how you would liquidate your cake using MetaMask back to Binance US. You'll have to swap all your cake for BNB because Binance US doesn't support cake. Unless you are in England or Australia or South Asia or wherever you are where you can use Binance, then you could simply deposit cake in your Binance account. I think Binance supports cake native. Yeah. Hey, you're welcome, Barbara. In other words, my MetaMask extension doesn't have my name. Is this because I haven't entered it yet? Why does yours? Oh, because I just named it that. I just named it. You can name your accounts anything you want. So if you like, for example, account 1, I can go here to account details and rename it. There you go. Now it's your account. Birds, bees, and trees. It's just an editing feature for the name of the wallet. It's not really important. And I chose it, right? The wallet didn't choose it for me because it knows who I am. I'm the one that wrote it in there. I could write anything in there. I just happened to name this particular account CryptoDad just so it would stand out to me because I've used it a lot. Oh, is it 8 o'clock? Oh my God, it's already after 8? No, the cat did not jump on the keyboard at all tonight. But I did have OBS Studio flake on me once. But I'll take it, right? Is AVAX lost if sent from Coinbase directly to Ledger X wallet? It depends on how you send it. I believe the AVAX that you buy on Coinbase is an ERC20 based or Avalanche C chain. And you could see it in that AVAX wallet if it was the right address. I would try that. Let's see here. I think I did one. Whoops. Poo. That's not me. Oh, I see what happened.
Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. And
sorry. I think I did a little bit here. Set up MetaMask, configure MetaMask, configure MetaMask for Avalanche chain. Yeah, I think I bought some from Coinbase Pro. I did this from Coinbase Pro, which would be the AVAX C chain. So, and I was doing, I don't think I used a ledger in this one. But you could do it with a ledger-based MetaMask account. And if you sent AVAX from your Coinbase account to your ledger, you should be able to find it. It should be in there somewhere. And you might be able to use that AVAX wallet. But just download the AVAX app and see if you can. Yeah, try that. Whoops. I'm going to try this wallet. Ooh, what happened? That was weird. Yes, I'm glad you only sent 2. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I tried to post this link and something went flaky. Okay, there it goes. That's the link to the AVAX video. All right, guys, I'm going to head on out. Sorry about the connection issues. Sorry about the sound issues. I'm trying to get used to making sure this mic is next to my face. I'll get it one of these days. All right, let's see. What am I doing? Yeah, don't forget we do this every week. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon.